Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of Youth to Gold here on Cricket Captain 2024. Hope you're all doing very well and have had a very nice Christmas. This is the first video I'm recording after Christmas, so my Christmas was very nice. Spent it with my wife's family. We had a great time, lots of food. Hope it was good for you as well. Today we are going to start in the county championship. We have got two games in the county championship, the first of which will be Glamorgan away, then Sussex at home, and then I'm thinking we have 6 Vitality Blast games, which would take us through to the 19th of July, and then the 100 starts on the 25th. Now, depending on how the Vitality Blast finals play out, assuming we will make it at this point, because I believe we are first placed in our group, we might not be able to do, in previous editions, if you take control of a 100 team and a county team, it does mess up. You do end up missing a lot of the one day cup. So depending on how that works, we'll either do these games or do one or the other. So hopefully we do both, but that will be an issue for next episode, I dare say. So today we've got the 2 county fixtures and then the last of the group phase of the Vitality Blast. So lots of cricket to get through. Probably going to be our longest video in this particular series up until this point. This is the new county team that we have put together coming out of the Vitality Blast. If we have a look at the guys who have played so far this season, you can see we've got 2 newbies. Prithvi Shaw is in, as is David Willey. David Willey missed the first bit, as I believe he was playing in the IPL. Actually, no, he wasn't. He was injured. That's what it was. But he is now back. He is going to come in for Tremaine, who is a reserve overseas player, so he wouldn't have been able to come back in anyway. But what we've done, we've brought in Prithvi Shaw in his place. And that's sort of say he's going to take the place of the second overseas player. So we're going to have Karun Nair and Prithvi Shaw in our top 4, because that's really been the bane of my existence so far in this series, is getting consistent runs out of our top 4. And then the middle order will consist of Proctor, Keogh, and Zabe, who haven't been too bad. Not really there for their bowling, although they are all-rounders. But if they can average, for their season between, 28 and 34, that would be ideal. And then Emilio Gay, although he is in good form, I decided to keep Prithvi Shaw, because Prithvi Shaw, even though he's in less form, he is the better player, obviously. If we just have a look at their career records, he's averaging 50 for his career. Emilio Gay only averages 27. But this is going to be the 11, at least for this first game at Glamorgan. If we have a look at the conditions, the pitch looks fine. It's the weather which is going to be the main issue. So yeah, not going to be great. We've got 4-star ability side. Glamorgan's only got 2. So I dare say, think we would be the favourite. Although we have played them before in this save file, and I think we won last time as well. We're going to call heads today. We have won the toss. We're going to bat first. Hopefully, the weather doesn't let us down too much and we can put some runs on the board. Okay, all out for 217 in the first innings. We actually lost about 2 and a bit hours on day 1, unfortunately, just due to the weather. But as you can see, day 2 probably going to be the best day for batting, mainly just because it's not going to be raining. We were in a really embarrassing spot. We were 6th for 98, but then a really strong innings, or just really strong partnership actually, between Zabe and Willie. Willie was our top scorer. Actually, no, he wasn't. Prithvi Shaw was our top scorer with 64. Willie ended up with 56 of 127 balls, batting at 8. So he was really good. Unfortunately, again, just this middle order and just mainly our batters, really inconsistent. Follett, one of his rare sort of lower scores in first class cricket, only got 1, unfortunately. But yeah, all out for 217. I think we lost 2 hours and 11 minutes, it said at the end of day 1. Yeah, we need to play better than this, unfortunately, with the bat. It won't be seen what it's going to be like until both teams bat on this pitch. Hopefully they can come off a little bit worse than us. The predictor has them scoring around 300, 293 to be exact. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully our bowlers can take some wickets. Be interesting to see how Willie goes with the new ball because previously it would have been Tremaine. Now it's going to be Willie, and then Sanderson, and I dare say Russell will be the new change bowlers. So fingers crossed we can get something going here. Okay, they finish all out 339. Not great bowling wise. We were really good in some aspects. There were particular batters that we did a really good job against. Keeping Zayn Al Hassan to a strike rate of 40 was really good. Carlson, we did a really good job against. Mason Crane, although not really a batsman, did keep him at a fairly low strike rate and just dismissed him very quickly. The last 3 wickets were very quick. They were 8 for 336, all out for 339. Sanderson, really good. Russell was 3 wickets, but 5 and over wasn't great. Scrimshaw was good with the opening ball. 3 for 63, but again, almost 4 runs and over. Willie didn't pick up any wickets, and we tried a few other options as well. Proctor picked up a wicket, even Keogh and Follett had a bowl. As the pitch was starting to turn a little bit, there's basically half an hour left in day 2. No more time has been lost, which is great, but 122 runs is the lead. Predicted score for us is now above 300, which is interesting. But a win is likely to be in Glamorgan's favour. We really need to bat a long time to get a result, mainly to get the runs back and also to not leave them enough time to win the game, basically, because I think day 3, it's meant to be pretty good, apart from that afternoon session, but it's more just the condition of the pitch that I'm worried about as well. But hopefully we can get a result here. Glamorgan, they've got some good batters in their side, as we know. Let's see what happens. Follett on 99 comes in and gets the 100 when Northamptonshire most crucially needed it. That's his 4th first-class 100, and he is in the middle of digging Northamptonshire out of this hole. Follett 199. There is the single, and that is his first double 100 at first class level. I thought he was going to be run out for a second, but he has done so well to get Northamptonshire back into a winning position. Oh, Follett finally has to fall, and there he goes. He's dismissed LBW for a well-made 223, and with that, I think we will declare we are 344 runs in the lead with an hour and a bit to go by the time that we declare. And as you can see, in the second innings for us, 3rd innings overall in the match, 466 for 8 declared. Awesome innings, awesome effort by our guys. And if we just see the partnerships in this one, it was so crucial. Follett, obviously with Nair for the 3rd wicket, 143 runs. Follett and Keogh, 165 runs for the 5th wicket. And then 6th and 7th wicket, there were good little partnerships as well. Even the opening pair between Vasconcelos and Shaw was good. That was 38 runs. Shaw and Follett was 38. The real only not partnership of note was Follett and Proctor. That's because Proctor got out for a 12-ball duck. But if we have a look at this scorecard, Keogh, 2nd cab off the rank, had an 83-ball, 83? Well, really, a runner ball 83. Nair was good, 53 of 125. Prithvi Shaw really set the tone for the innings. But it was Follett who was absolutely incredible. Gets that first-class average for the season at 72.57 and also has 1,000 county runs in his first season of his career. Is absolutely incredible. Glamorgan now have 345 to win. I'm a little concerned that we did not consider the weather with how much time is left in the game, but if we can knock them off and get them all out for basically under 345. The predicted score is 262. We are going to bowl ultra aggressively, aim for the stumps, and hopefully we can come away with a win. And there we go. We get the victory. Scrimshaw gets the final wicket. He was absolutely incredible. 7 for 99. Gets us the win. It was a very confusing time, I must admit, because he obviously picked up the 7 wickets, but he was going at about 4.5 and over for majority of the innings. We win by 101 runs. It was looking pretty good for a while there. We had them 4 for 49, 2 for none as well, then 6 for 94, and then there was the partnership. It wasn't really a partnership. It was just Carlson who cracked 100, and it was actually Follett who picked up the wicket of Carlson. I believe he was this wicket here. No, he wasn't. That was Scrimshaw. It was this wicket here, I believe. Yes, it was. Follett picks up his second first-class wicket with that left arm off spin of his. He was very, very good, and what a performance it was for him. I dare say, man of the match honours. Sorry, his third first-class wicket, I should say. 24.67 average. Decent economy as well. So, very good start to the episode. We win by 101 runs. We get the 19 additional points. Unfortunately, we did lose a bit of time, but we get through with the win. And at the end of this first match of the episode, we are currently only 2 points behind Derbyshire in second spot. Looks like they lost their game. I don't exactly know who they played against, but if we have a quick look, Derbyshire, no, they actually beat Middlesex. I think we just caught up on points. And for those of you who are interested, looks like Pakistan have won the T20 World Cup this year with getting 192 for 9 in their first innings. Nobody scored above 50, which is actually quite interesting. Neesham was pretty good with the ball, 3 for 34 for New Zealand, but Ravindra, Santner over 10 runs and over. Bolt didn't really impact things, it looked like, and a lot of wickets just tumbled. Only 3 scorers above double digits for New Zealand as they score 157. Pakistan win by 135. That is not right, by 35 runs. The last first-class match of the episode is going to be versus Sussex at home. Now, Sussex currently 4th in the table, doing very nicely. They're definitely the best batting team in the competition in terms of points. They're actually doing very well with the ball as well. They are equal, actually no, they're second behind us, who we are equal first with Derbyshire. So that could go either way, to be honest, but they've drawn a lot of their games and they are currently 3 wins, 3 losses and 2 draws. In terms of the 11, I think we just go unchanged. Pretty happy with how we went in the last match, so there's no real need for us to change anything. We won and we did very well. So we're just going to play a game. We'll call heads on the toss. Hopefully we win and we do not. Unfortunately, we have to bowl. Okay, so this is absolute worst case scenario for us. We were doing okay. We had them 4 for 169 and then just a massive partnership in the middle order between Coles and Simpson. Coles was the first one to go. He ended up with 140 odd in that partnership. But then Johnny Simpson, 35-year-old Johnny Simpson, with a career high 219. That partnership was worth about 280 runs in the end, 275 runs. They finish all out for 586, basically putting the game out of reach for us as this pitch is very uneven. It's only going to get worse and there's a little bit of cloud on day 3. So yeah, not good. Keogh is actually got the most wickets. Actually was the best of the bowlers. He picked up 4 for 105. Russell 3 for 145. We even got Zaber. He picked up 1 for 58. Willie with the new ball wasn't very good. Scrimshaw, unfortunately, was expensive. Sanderson probably could have bowled a few more overs. He was 1 for 50. He was the only bowler bowling under 3 runs and over. But yeah, just an awful bowling performance when we have to bat out of our skin to keep this game alive. The predictor has us scoring 210, which is going to line us up for an innings defeat if that is the case. But hopefully we can do a little bit better than that. We were absolutely awful. Oh no, we were absolutely awful. 128 all out. The only shining light was Vasconcelos. He finished with 67 off 133. I reckon he was the 7th man to go. Ben Curry, 4 for 23 with the ball, was absolutely amazing. Carvelis, 2 for 30. Ollie Robinson, 2 for 32. Jofra Archer, 2 for 39. Oh, it was just an absolutely horrendous batting performance. Nair toiled in there for a little bit. Follett never got anything. Prithvi Shaw was out in the first over. It was just an absolute disaster. And now, I dare say, we'll follow on. The follow-on has not been enforced. I'm okay with that. I'm happy to bowl again. They're in the lead by 458 runs, so I don't know what they have to achieve by batting again, but okay. They've done us a favour. Thanks, Sussex. They've declared 3 for 166 after 39 overs. I really don't understand what the point of them batting again was, but they lead by 624 runs. There's 2 minutes to go until the lunch break on day 3. So we've got 5 sessions to chase down 624. I don't think it's going to happen considering the conditions and considering the talent that we have. But best of luck to us. Let's hopefully... I might be just best batting for a draw here. We've got to bat for 2 days basically. Yeah, not confident. Not confident is the best I can say. Last wicket has fallen. We lose by 494 runs. It was never likely. We got it to day 4, almost towards the end of the lunch session. But yeah, we just tried to bat for the draw. We batted 84 overs for 130 runs. Never looked like winning this one after that. Just outrageous first innings that Sussex had. Massive defeat, unfortunately. Jofra Archer, 5 for 39, was the pick of the bowlers. Yeah, an absolutely ridiculous performance by Sussex. Yeah, have to hand it to them. Simpson with the 219 is the player of the game. No surprise there. And we crash all the way down to 4th, unfortunately, with that defeat. Sussex go 3rd. Yorkshire and Derbyshire are now 1 and 2. Unfortunately, guys, I realised I'd stopped recording after the first class game just to upload everything because I'm recording at a different time of day and I wanted to make sure that basically the voice wasn't too bad on the recording, and it wasn't, which is fine. But then I realised I forgot to start recording, so that is my mistake. I do apologise for that. We now have Lancashire in the T20 Blast, or the Vitality Blast. We've won the toss and we're going to bat first, which we are doing now. We're 2 overs in, we're currently the number 28, so we're actually doing quite well. But their team is absolutely stacked. Joss Buttler, Keaton Jennings, Steve Smith, Steve Croft, who's about 55 years old, Josh Bohannon, who has a really good first-class record, but not so much at T20. They've got Phil Salt, Chris Green from the Sydney Thunder, Sakib Mahmood, who's played cricket for England at all levels. So they've got a very good side. But so far we are doing very well. Prithvi Shaw's off to a good start, as is Chris Follett. Hopefully the predictor has us scoring a decent total. It's 166 at this stage. Hopefully we can keep that up. All out for 183. Not the best, not the worst result is actually what I was going to say. We lost 2 wickets in that final over. We ended up only batting the 17 overs. We were not looking too bad. We were 4 for 98. And then little partnership for the 5th wicket, then another little partnership for the 7th wicket got us to 183. Bapara was the best with the bat. Agar, batting it down at number 8, 27 off 12, a 4 and 3 sixes was very good. Rob Keogh, 23 off 9. The top order, no big scores between them, but all struck the ball very well and got plenty of runs while they were out there, which was crucial. There's a lot of international quality players in this batting lineup, so that is just something we have to take care of. And I don't know if 184 is enough. Their predicted score is actually below what we scored, which is nice. Their predicted score is 166, so we'll wait and see what happens. But with our bowling attack, who at times has been really good in T20 cricket, if we just have a look in T20 cricket, Sanderson's averaging 22, Russell's averaging 17, Scrimshaw averaging 16, Agar 15, Willie 24, Bapara 17, and Prithvi Shaw, who we haven't bowled but must have bowled in the IPL, is averaging 35. But all of them can go for runs potentially at any time. So could go really well, could go really bad. We'll just fingers crossed and hope for the best, really. And we surprise ourselves with a victory. I'm certainly surprised. We bowled them all out for 146. We got off to an awesome start, 3 for 36. I think that was after 4 overs, and then Agar came on and his first over went for 23. And then I was a little worried, and then we just continued getting wickets. Agar was good, but was expensive, and all the other bowlers just chipped in, kept the runs down. Sanderson was the best of them, 3 for 23 of his 3 overs. Nobody other than Joss Buttler got a half century, and Steve Smith only got the 2. Croft got a first ball duck after he was run out by Smith. Keaton Jennings only got 15. Bohannon got 20. Phil Salt only got the 1 off 3. Very happy with this result. Could not be more pleased. And where does this put us in the table? We're still top. We are now 2 games clear, which is great. Every single team above this little green line here makes the knockout stage. So I believe if we finish top, we go straight to the semi-final. I believe that's how that works. But we will wait and see. Hopefully something good happens with that. I actually don't know if that is the case now that I'm looking at it. But we'll see. Hopefully we stay top for the rest of the tournament. We now have Durham at home, which is our next game. They, in theory, should be a bit of more of a challenge, because considering they are in 3rd place with 5 wins, 4 losses, but they also have a less of a strong team if we're looking at the star rating, which I don't always like to pay attention to, because it's really all about the performance of the players, and if the players are performing well, that's really the only thing. Really only the main thing that matters is the performance of the players. I dare say we go unchanged, and because I started technically I started the recording before the start of the match, but I didn't actually get to cover the changes that we made prior to the first match. So if we look down here, Raza is actually out on international duty right now, which is why he's not playing. Agar has come in for him. And then I believe it was, who was it? It was Broad that was the other player that we took out. Keogh came back in for him. Other than that, the entire T20 squad is the same. Conditions, we are still playing at home, so they're going to be good bowling conditions for our fast bowlers, but obviously we want them to be reasonable for the batsmen as well. And if we have a look at the current year, Prithvi Shaw, obviously, actually we'll go current competition, that'll be much better. Prithvi Shaw averaging 30 with bat, Follett's averaging 43, but going off his last couple of innings, apart from that 223 that he hit, the last couple of innings haven't been all that great. So I dare say that average will drop. He's only averaging 64 in first class now. I think he was averaging 72 at one point. Vasconcelos hasn't been great, but Para's actually been really good. Keogh, Zabe, Willie haven't been amazing. Agar, I mean, he's batting at 8, but he is better than averaging 6. And then Scrimshaw averaging 10, but there's a few not outs in there. But I think we are more of a bowling side at this stage rather than a batting side. And I think the bowling averages show that. But we now have the toss of the coin. We'll go heads once again. We are going to, I think we'll bowl first, actually. We haven't done a lot of chasing, and it doesn't hurt to have a look at the Durham lineup. They've got Nasanka, they've got Lees, former test cricketer, who doesn't have a good record at test level, but is semi-decent at T20s. They've got Ollie Robinson, the wicketkeeper, not the fast bowler, although I believe the spelling of the name is the same. They've got Colin Ackerman, who plays for the Netherlands. He has a good T20 record, both domestically and internationally, which is quite good. And they've got Bastilleed, who is also a Dutchman. Michael Jones, who plays for Scotland. Do they have anyone who's actually English or on an international contract, or they just have these associate guys? I don't know. Ashton Turner, there we go. He's on an international contract. Obviously plays for the Scorchers. Bryden Cass, who I'm trying to think if he's made his test debut in real life. I think he might have, but at this point in time has played a few limited overs matches for England. Matt Potts has played test cricket, played a bit in the Ashes. And then Nathan Souter, who I am not familiar with his work. Mitchell Killeen, he's got a decent bowling record from the 10 matches he's played. And then we got Nasanka at the top there. So bowling first, good conditions. Predictor has them scoring almost 180. So maybe we should bat it first, but we'll wait and see. We'll do the first over just to see what can come of it. We'll put the wickets on if we can get a wicket, and the first over's gone for 14. Not a good start. Not good at all. 8 for 237, really good total by Durham. We were just awful with the ball. Apart from Bapara, he was really good, and I think it was only his last over that he went for about 16. Took the crucial first wicket. I believe that would have been Nasanka, who was the first wicket, and then Lee's got run out the next over. Yeah, just not a good performance. The numbers on screen tell you how poor it was. Willie, 3 for 64, going at 16 runs and over. Scrimshaw, not too bad, 2 for 47. Agar, Russell, both going over 10. Sanderson, who's normally very economical, was 1 for 50 off his 4 overs. Yeah, just an awful bowling performance. And I don't think we are a chance in hell to chase this down. 169 is our predicted total. Let's just run it again just for the sake of it. And it's now all the way down to 165. Yeah, I mean, if we get in and around the ballpark of 200, I won't be too ashamed. But yeah, I don't like our odds whatsoever. We were in with a chance. We were in with a chance and we blew it. Prithvi Shaw, 111 off 42 deliveries, was the 3rd wicket to go. We were 3 for 181, and that was the 13 over mark. Then it was just wicket after wicket until we were all out for 223 after 19.3 overs. We were in with a chance. We don't disgrace ourselves. We only fall by 14 runs. Cass was absolutely amazing. 4 for 24. Career best figures in T20 cricket. Follett was not too bad either up the top of the order, only got the 48. When I say only got the 48, is the second top scorer, but couldn't quite get the half century is more what I mean. But unfortunately, 2 losses in a row. I'm pretty sure we won the last match, but anyway, we lose this game. Thinking of our first class game that we had before. Not a good result, obviously because we lost, but it could have been worse, is basically what I'm trying to say. Unfortunately for us, we no longer hold that 2-game gap at the top of the table, but we are still ahead. We've still got the best net run rate. We've still got a game in hand. So, and Durham, they move up to 2nd. So just goes to show that they are, a team to be taken seriously, assuming we make finals. I dare say we will. At this point, there's only 4 games to go, and we'd probably have to lose every single one of them to not make it, but I think we're going to be fine. It is the 9th of July, 2024, and we have received 2 new youth intake players. This is what the whole series is about. We get the youth intake players, pray that they are good enough to play for our team. We've increased our academy rating to the highest possible in terms of funding. So this is what the whole series is about. Higgins and Bannister, who are you and what do you do? Higgins is a batsman. He's middle order batsman. We do need more batting, so that is good. We'll have a look. He's 18, that's a good sign. The younger they are, generally, the better they are. Batting form, it's not going to show his batting form. I would have thought they might have shown his second 11 stats there. First class aggressive strike rate, average aggression in limited overs, spin bowling, back foot, offside preference while batting. And then, I'm assuming Bannister's a bowler, he is. Right arm fast medium, he's 21, which I don't love, but I will take. I'm not so concerned with his batting at this point in time, because it's not really his primary role. Average aggression, spin bowling, back foot, leg side preference. But here is the moment of truth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add these guys to the top of our lists in the respective categories. That way, when it comes to squad selection, we always know where they are. So we'll start with Bannister. And I suppose here we go. This is it. Hopefully it's good. Oh, it is good. Okay, so bowling average of 19.51 in 3-day cricket, economy of 2.81. That's currently better than anything we have. It's not as good as Chris Tremaine, but I mean, he's been playing second and 11 cricket for years. But that is very good. 1 day in and around the same, and T20 is very good. Again, better than anything we have so far. Obviously, he is still very young, but that is very promising. And we'll go up to Higgins. Oh, 65. That's really good. 65 with the bat in 1 day cricket. 35, sorry, first class cricket. 35 in 1 day. And 20 overs is 48.75. Bear in mind, there are a lot of not outs in those innings, but he's going to slot in perfectly in and around the middle order. He's probably going to bat at 4, I dare say. Who do we take out? Willie we'll keep for his bowling. T20 current year. Zabe hasn't been great, and I like Keogh's bowling better, so we might go Higgins at 4. I think that's what we're going to do. And then, where are you? Bannister. I want to play them both. who do we take out? In all honesty, I'm happy to take out Keogh. And just for the T20s, bat Willie at 6, Agar at 7. That may seem a little high for both of them. And in terms of the batting, I didn't really look at Bannister. I wasn't really paying attention. He's 34 with the bat. He's got good strike rates at all of the levels as well, even though it doesn't say he's a particularly aggressive batsman. But we're going to bat him at 8. We are going to give him the new ball. We'll go Scrimshaw second. He can bowl the second over. Keogh and Zabe can go to the second 11. But this is really good. This is really good. And just like that also, I just exited and exited back. You might see a little slight change. We went from a 2.5 star side to a 2 3/4 star side. That is very promising. We now have Leicestershire, which has sort of, distracted me a little bit in this next matchup. We have a game in hand on them, so it looks like everybody else has played a couple of games. So if we win, we go back top over Durham. I dare say if we lose, we'll drop down against Leicestershire, but we do have a game in hand, so do keep that in mind. It is now time for the debut of some of our new Wonder Kids. We've got Leicestershire away in the Vitality Blast, and there's someone averaging 117 in their team, so I'm going to assume that's a new Wonder Kid also on their team. Let's call heads on the toss. We have won the toss. Pitch looks very good batting wicket. We are going to bat first, but we are also going to have a quick scout of the Leicestershire side and Tim Walker. So making his second appearance in T20 cricket, in professional cricket, it must be said. He currently has no contract. That means he is a youth player and started off with 117 not out against Worcestershire. So pretty good start. Rishi Patel, who recently got 100 against Sussex in the first class stuff, but his T20 form has been a little bit patchy. Lewis Hill, who, doesn't have a great record. Sol Buninger doesn't have a great record. Jimmy Neesham, getting up there in years, but a very experienced international cricketer. Louis Kimber, decent one-day record. T20s could be a little better. Ben Cox, who we've sort of covered before, has been around the block a little bit. Mulder, we've covered before. Ian Holland, again. Rian Ahmed, one of the best bowlers in the game. Not in the best of form, has to be said. If we have a look at his current year, 65 average with the ball, 30 in T20 cricket as well, not being very economical. So just something to keep an eye on. And Tom Scriven having a very good T20 season so far. 18 is the average, 29 wickets for his career, but 20 of those wickets have come so far this year. We're going to have Follett and Prithvi Shaw open the batting for us. The predictor has a scoring 160 on the dot. Leicestershire are the predicted winners. And, Follett, if he can continue his good form, averaging 44 in T20 cricket this year, just under the 400 run threshold. But what I'm most excited for is the debut of John Higgins and Kevin Bannister, our two new Wonder Kids. Let's see how they perform with the bat. Not good. Not good at all out for 80. We lost 3 wickets in the first 2 overs. And then we're 3 for 18, 4 for 66, a 52-run partnership between Higgins and Bapara completely saved the innings from being embarrassing. But 4 for 66 became all out for 80. Scriven only bowled the 1 over, which was the most recent over, took 4 for 5. Holland, 4 for 32. Rian Ahmed got the most tap, and Mulder with the new ball took 2 for 13. Not an ideal innings, has to be said. The win predictor has them winning this game 100% of the time. We'll simulate it a couple of times. 600 matches simulated. Their predicted score is 82. I dare say they will win this one. It's only a matter of how quickly they chase it down. Unfortunately, weren't able to bowl them out under 80. We weren't expecting them to toss the game away. There was a couple of bowlers bowled really well. Bannister actually got a wicket in his first over. He picked up Walker, Tim Walker, who was the other youth player that Leicestershire signed up. He got him for a duck. Follett took 2 catches, which was great. Russell picked up 2 for 14 in his 2 overs. Scrimshaw was just so expensive, as was Agar, and they chased it down within 7.2 overs. Table-wise, we are still in the top bracket. We are 7 wins, 4 losses, game behind, but our net run rate is bang on 0 right now. So starting to fall away from the top of the table, but we're still in the top 4, which is the main thing. We now have Durham away, and if we have a look at the table again, they are in second. If I remember correctly, we lost against them last time, but I do not recall. Yes, I'm looking at the scorecard now. We did lose. This was the game. There was the big run chase, and we fell just short, 14 runs behind there, 237. So yeah, unfortunately, we did lose that one. But I dare say we go in unchanged. There's no reason for us to play around with the lineup at this stage. Ideally, I'd like to bat a little bit deeper, but I'm not exactly sure where we're going to do that. We might bring in Karun there for Agar. I think that's what we do. And we'll just move everybody else down 1. Nair can bat at 5. Bapara can bat at 6. Willie 7. And then we got the bowlers. So apart from that, I'm just going to keep everything else the same. And I'm hopeful that we can get a decent result over Durham, considering how we went last time. We'll call heads on the toss. It appears to be a little overcast. Good batting conditions. Actually, there's a little bit of bounce. Considering we had to chase last time, I'm actually going to bat first. But yeah, their team looks basically the same. Actually, they've got Ben Dwarshus. He was not playing previously. But I don't think anybody else is different that I can see. Another disappointing performance with the bat, unfortunately. We lost a couple of early wickets in Vasconcelos and who's the other opening batsman, Prithvi Shaw. We started to stabilise at 3 for 83. And then it was just quick wicket. Unfortunately, we just couldn't take advantage of those early foundations set between Higgins and Follett. Higgins was very good. A few plays and misses, but 3 fours, 2 sixes in his 28, striking at 200. Now has an even career average of 30 in T20s. Follett had a really nice 37, but again, just couldn't quite convert that into a decent score. And yeah, all out for 117 on a pretty good... I mean, it's not a great batting wicket, but I would have thought we'd do a little bit better. It is overcast, so maybe that will favour us with the ball. Their predicted score is 115, so that's actually lower than what they need to chase. So there is a chance we may still win this. Obviously, we need to bowl exceptionally well, but I dare say the favour is with Durham right now. And they absolutely crushed the run chase. We were looking really promising early. We took a wicket in the first over, then Bannister took a wicket in the second over, but then Ollie Robinson, the wicketkeeper, not the fast bowler, 42 off 18, and Ackerman 67 off 28, both striking at over 230, chased down 118 in 9 overs. Ackerman gets player of the game. Just an absolutely exceptional result for them. And we go tumbling down the table once again. We're still sitting in the top 3 at this stage, which is a little surprising. We still have a game in hand as well, but that negative net run rate, when we win by not very much, but when we get beaten badly. So we actually have the second worst net run rate in the competition, funnily enough, when we're sitting in 3rd place. So that is quite funny. Raza has returned from international duty, which may help us out a little bit. Coach and physio. Do I play around with this? I think I'll take it off Emilio Gave for now. I'll see if Higgins can increase his aggression. That'll be something we look for. And then White, will take it off of him. And we will give it to Bannister to get some aggressive bowling. We now have Warwickshire away, and they are currently bottom. They've only won the 4 games. We basically need a win to at least keep a chance of us making and securing a top 4 spot alive. And this is probably the best opportunity for us to do it. Warwickshire at home. We actually might change the pitch. I'm going to make it a batsman's pitch because I'm still confident in our bowling ability to take wickets on a tough pitch. Whereas if we make it a bit more batting friendly, we can potentially put a half decent score on the board, assuming we bat first, of course. We'll call heads on the toss. We have unfortunately been put into bowl. And we'll just do a quick rundown of the Warwickshire squad. Robert Yates doesn't have that great a T20 record. Jacob Bethel, who's recently been put in the test team. He is going to be opening the batting. Brian Bennett, who is a Zimbabwean international, has an okay record, mainly in first class and one-day level, not so much at T20. Sam Hain, as we know, is a monster. Moeen Ali, a very versatile player. Michael Burgess, not a great batsman. Ed Bernard, not great either. Zen Malik, who, yep, he's in the team batting at 8 as an opening batsman. That's weird. George Garton, who's pretty versatile once again. Jake Lintott, if I can say his name correctly, really good T20 record. And then Zach Fulks, if I can click on his name, the New Zealander, really good T20 record. But it's going to be all about the wickets here. Let's see if we can get one in the first over. We can't, but it's a really good over. Only 3 runs from it for Bannister. Really, really good start. And what was a good start has suddenly become another massive run chase for us to take down. 236 for 7. Opening stand of 148 was broken by Russell. He took the opening 3 wickets. He ended up with 3 for 38. Bannister didn't take any wickets, but was economical. Sanderson 2 for 58. Scrimshaw 2 for 41. Bapara and Willie also bowled, but both were just overly expensive. Yates got 87 and Bethel 61 off 28. But it is a batting wicket, and Predictor has us scoring only 153, funnily enough. But we'll see how it goes. If it gets close, we'll have to see. We might actually step in and play the last couple of overs if it gets close, but I would be amazed if it does get to that. We've been put out of our misery, all out for 88. Another insipid batting performance. Higgins was the top scorer with 29 off 13. 2 4s and 3 6s in his knock. Nair was not far behind, 22 off 7. Just too much work to do. Unfortunately, we get bowled out in under 10 overs. Yeah, really embarrassing performance this one. Lintott, 5 for 32. Career high 5 for 32 in T20 cricket. Moeen Ali also picked up 2. And Ed Barnard picked up 2 as well. Really disappointing. We get absolutely smoked by Warwickshire, who are in last place. And I've got a feeling we may not be in the top 4 anymore. We are hanging on for dear life. It is very close at this point. We need to win. Otherwise, we are out. And I don't know who we're playing in the last game. Lancashire at home. It's not one of the harder fixtures, which is good. They are currently in 7th. Warwickshire have jumped all the way up to 8th with a really positive net run rate now. Yeah, if we lose, we're out. We were 7-2. We've lost our last 4. It's not going well. I think I'm gonna have to drop David Willey. He is in absolutely horrendous form. He has not taken a wicket in a long time, and when he has, he's been super expensive. And with the bat, he has just been awful. Only 1 half century in his last 20 innings, and he's averaging 5.64 in 2020 cricket this year. It has been awful. So I dare say he's probably going to come out for Rob Keogh. Keogh can bat. Actually, we'll bat Bapara at 7. Keogh, actually no, we'll bat Bapara at 6. That's too low for him. Nair can bat at 5. Higgins at 4. Vasconcelos, if he wasn't keeping, I would probably drop. Is just we don't have another really good keeper is the only thing. Yeah, I don't like. Actually, what we could do, we could bring in Britsky, our South African wicket keeper, who's our overseas player. He's actually having a very good T20 season. Apparently not. He hasn't played. That's just from last season, I think. So he is going to go into the top 4. And then what we're going to do, we're going to send Vasconcelos to the second 11. We're going to bring in Broad. And I know the last game he played for us, he got a duck in the T20 cricket. But then he bounced back with 145 in the 3-day stuff. And T20, he is scoring some okay runs. So we're going to bring him in, I think, who for though is the only thing. It's going to have to be for Nair, one of our overseas players. So we'll bat Broad at 5, Higgins 4, Britsky 3, Shaw, and then Follett at the top of the order. Everybody else is going to be as is. We're going to put the pitch back. Actually, it's an away game, so we can't even change the pitch. But we're going to leave that as is. I'm going to hope that this all works out, because if we lose this game, we are out of the Vitality Blast from a position where we were top of the table after 9 games to then going out would be so embarrassing, but I'm hopeful we can get it done. Conditions, it's pretty flat, so this is going to be a bat first wicket, and we've been put into bowl once again. Another really expensive bowling performance on admittedly a very tough bowling pitch. Sanderson again, is not cut out for T20 cricket. 18 wickets at 25 isn't bad. It's the 10.11 runs per over, which is just an absolute killer. Scrimshaw actually, isn't much better, I'll be perfectly honest. He's bowling at 9.77, although he takes wickets at a much better clip. Russell, 1 for 37, wasn't too bad. Keogh bowled his 4 overs, 1 for 49. But Bannister, career best 3 for 32, now has 6 at 17.5 and a semi-decent economy as well. Steve Smith led the way, 62 off 30. Liam Livingston chipped in with 27. Phil Salt, 56. It was Mahmood in the last over, 22 off 6. Just absolutely killed us, unfortunately. But we've got a job to chase down. It says we need 57 from 24. Rain delay. Match abandoned. I don't know what this means in terms of the table. And it looks like we are in the knockout stage. We now have Surrey away in the knockout stage. So if we have a look at the group, because we didn't lose, we get the bonus point. Oh, that is so lucky. That is so lucky. We are still in the Vitality Blast by the skin of our teeth. But the next lot of fixtures is the Metro Bank One Day Cup. We are going to continue forward. There's a few fixtures to play, and Bapara, Raza, and Willie have all been selected to play in the 100. Willie, I'm not so concerned about. Raza wasn't even in the 11, and Bapara, I don't even think plays one-day cricket, so that is fine. If we have a look at the fixtures, when is the next Blast fixture? It is in the 5th of September, so it's actually quite a while away. So next episode, I believe we've got the One Day Cup and the 100. So I believe that will be the next episode, because we're the Manchester Originals. So we're the 25th of July. Hang on, let me rephrase that. Northamptonshire are going to play on the 24th of July against Derbyshire in the One Day Cup. Then our first 100 fixture against the Welsh Fire, that's on the 25th. So depending on how all that plays out, whether or not we can sort of chop and change, see how we go, that'll be something I work out in between videos, as I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. But that is going to do it for today, guys. A very, very lucky way to end the episode. But thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you would like more. And until next time, I hope you all have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.